life here in the pistol.
Had a lot of signs of life from Maka in the first map. Unfortunately, Rigon was just full of it a little bit more so. Fantastic performances from either side, but this time it's Lucky to start things off very similarly with the dualies as what we saw in the first map. But now Lucky, well, won't be contested with any more players coming his way, at least not anytime soon. Rigon dodges out the flash and fades away. In the meanwhile, push is coming in from B Cave instead, where Joker's been pushed back. Lucky still fighting it out with the dualies, trying to duel and take more place and more space. It's Razmo to actually come into effect. Now Rigon all alone. Very similar circumstances to what the pistol run and Vertigo looked like. And now the A-bomb set trying to push through and see whether they can look to get a quick flank. Rigon, prime target forward, and he's heard them thunderfooting towards him. Now needs to try and line them up. Only good for the one. And this could potentially be an AK save forward. GXX is licking his lips as he hears the eco frags having go.
Or maybe even not one round from Joko. No one else from HEET really showed up until much later into that game, and it was far too late. Lucky has given up a lot of room over at B, but does have Joko inside of Cave that will get sectioned off. Actually, Joko getting a couple of these kills. No, they didn't smoke off the Cave. Instead, just threw the smoke onto short, and that allowed just an easy sightline for HEET to get some kills right back. GXX finally dealing with the problem man, but bomb can go down. Not before. Ugh, no, it doesn't even go down. Synopsy full spammed, and Lucky continues onto GXX.
So that grenade's got to do more. Come on, Lucky. He's really picking up 4-leaf clovers from the ground all over the place. 38 seconds now as Joko will once again try and spray them down, but no one really sticking around long enough to give them a fair duel. Maka will be nowhere nearby, but Joko with a spam through the smoke doesn't need a fair duel, apparently. He's back to a 3-on-4, and Bad News Eagles are unsure about where to retreat back to. Maka's slow push back in will not be expected at all, and Scenari's death has found one flash through not too far off from actually meeting his own. And with GXX the only player left alive, it feels like this defuse is inevitable. Does get spotted out, Maka re-peeking back over, and that means that they can just go for the defuse and even tag him up through the flimsy cardboard. That is the cubby wall.
Yeah, they'll get him just.
We have to wait to see whether HEET have got something in cars. Passivity has been paying off for them so far when Maka's on the bomb site. This time will be no different as he re-peeks back over. Time and time again, it feels like that bullet nerf was made just for him.
He just kept shooting in rhythm and didn't miss a shot when it came to players on his screen. They have got the bomb and space over towards A. They are completely boxed in, though. Flank coming in quick, and I don't think GXX is going to be quite ready for an A main possession. And yeah, Exorcist will deal with him. A scenario 1-on-4. Again, he's not had the hottest of games, and they are everywhere. This would be a full-on deathmatch clip if it exists. Scenari, first kill, second as well. He's trying to spin all about the shot, but no one peeking him for those final bullets. So Lucky's low, so is Razmo. Getting pressured over at the A-bomb side. Spam onto GXX is right on the money, but Rigon's finally dealt with, but Scenari's got the critical kill on A. This can pull rotations over for the CTs, and Luck is completely boxed in, so there is no safety on either side of the map. Finally, Joko trading things back, but they're unsure. Where's the real pressure coming in? Bombs making the wrap around to A, and Maka's trying to insert himself on some level of a flank. Information can be gathered and can certainly hear the steps inside of A main. They will be here so much faster than B&E anticipate.
Exorcist, he's wondering about whether or not to actually reveal his position. Will end up doing so. Almost picks up the bomb planter before it's even down. Synopsy instead will fall later on, and it's Maka peeks around the corner. He'll end it with 17. It's 8 secured. Round. Scenari starting off with 2 flashes. Everyone else got Kevlar and weapons. One flash through though. He's got weapons in his mind, and unfortunately not on his teammates. Synopsy is down and out. One flash is fully flashed, and the Molotov will actually force him back as well as Scenari falls too. All 3 players on this B bomb site are completely dismantled.
Yeah, GXX will finally answer with a couple of kills rather quickly as well, and might have caught the HEET players a little bit off guard. Razmo on the bomb site, but didn't survive for their move into A, and there's no presence here from B&E. They have been shot in the back in transition, though, and while Lucky gets one right back, he's tagged to low HP, and Razmo, in an effort to cover Lucky off, let him get to this site. He's lost his life 1-on-3, and Lucky has no HP to play off of. Only a singular box. That's his singular friend, and, well, he wish he had one more friend to trade.
Now you're just hoping for heroics two players who did go down are the ones who've been having a harder time so far. Lucky, however, has been a much more reliable member of the back so far for HEET, and it feels like Zywoo, the only player to get some frags, will be picking up 2 nice shots initially. Maka, however, not ready for the peek out from Rigon. Again, traditional playing senses cannot apply. You cannot think that I'm in a 1-on-3 and I'm not going to get peeks.
Looking good, in all honesty, but a lot of just flair that we expect. Scenario, 1 kill, won't quite cut it. Juan Flatcher a little detached, and Cave not smoked off, but a fair fight for Joko that will have him on top. Obviously, we'll move in to try and guard this weapon, but smoke down. Again, information gained. Rigon even sussing out Rasmo, trying to hold in on that flank, but the bomb's not even planted yet. They're actually trying to run deep CT and go and subvert their expectations, but GXX gets both on the AWP. Weren't comfortable with how much they were boxed in, and HEET get nothing. They get the entries they need.
Right. This is where Scenario needs to come up clutch once again. Great timing found as XSEs is going to be taken down, but it's also Nopsy Rasmo with the double. And I have to say, if there was ever a moment to rue your decisions of purchasing, I think this might be it. Nopsy coming in from the side, bombs being tapped, but before it is, pulls out a grenade. Oh my days.
Together wins on poor buys. That's the historical truth, and we'll have to see whether that history repeats itself. HEET very quick into A, and no real presence. GXX already gunned down in Synopsy's section by the smoke. Lucky's shot straight through it. It doesn't matter. They're pulling out nades right in front of them, and HEET look destined to go to overtime. Lucky another double, but Rigon's the last man standing. 1-on-3 now to bring us through to a second map win for B&E or HEET overtime.
Not the most convincing performance on Ancient so far, but Rigon. One last chance in regulation, a chance at...
If there was going to be a chance back into this round, that was it right there, and it's been missed. GXX getting another instead onto Exorcist. That's the A player, at least the one last seen, and this is a small exploitation. Flashed Maka off, and GXX is closing in on that gap. Smoke as well onto Maka's AWP. Can cross. There's a massive gap. Maka thinks he's gone all the way through, so GXX gets a freebie. So 1-on-1 here with the newbie of HEET. Rasmo inside the sign, sitting around the other side of the cave. GXX may think he's taken a more passive approach. A super open plant, and GXX...
But Duke us out. Synopsy in the meanwhile. But Maka low, but Maka just pulls out the 5-7. And he fights his way out of there. Lucky.
Didn't see.
All in the meanwhile, A1 spotted out. One Flatch who had the gap and the smoke to work off of. And in the meanwhile, XSEs has gone and said good night as well. Maka 1-on-3 without HP. Good for a kill. Oh my god. Guys, please. I'm begging you.
Oh.
There is nothing to be gained here. And Maka is the only one who stands to get something out of this. Taking another peek forward, smoking himself off. He's giving himself a real chance in Scenari. Oh, he's been tagged as well. Maka trying to spray back. 4 HP on the man. Maka's gone and done it. Nothing will stop him. You've got the peaks right there, but no. The time. He's not going to know at all. Rigon. Oh, never mind. He does. He knows. Okay. They know. They already found out as well. Into the 4-on-3, they try and go for a double lurk aggressively forward. They're both discovered and taken down, and suddenly HEET are thinking, how did we get that advantage back?
Open plant here for GXX. Yeah, they're giving them space. They don't want to fall into any weird shenanigans, going for hunts. Rasmus's going to be here so fast and can already clear positions before his teammates rendezvous.
Sacks. Glenn out the backside already knows where most of these players are going to be coming over from. Smoked off the angle now as well, but that smoke is going to be dissipating soon. HEET will close it out. 19 rounds on the board.